Hey YouTube, Unknown Gamer here, and I'd like to say something in this video. I'm sorry about how long it took between the second and the third video. When I recorded the third video, I didn't realize I'd had that much stuff going on, or else I would have apologized in that video. And once again, in case you did not know, all these videos are recorded live. So, yeah, and right here, we will be looking at the top 25 polls this week for the first time this season to see if there's any big shockers. And Georgia's kind of a shocker to me. Other than that, it's looking as predicted. Florida's a shocker that they're up there for me. Louisville, they're expected to be up there if you ask me. Michigan, that's a real big shocker to me. And I know that probably pisses a lot of people off that I'm shocked about that, but I truly am. Texas is a shocker. Oregon's a shocker that they're down here. Nebraska and no. As I'm looking through Tennessee, I'm shocked that they actually got ranked. And Washington, they're a team that I did not think would get ranked, but yet they're ranked 20th. So that's a shocker to me. UCLA being down here at 21st is a shocker. Mississippi State being 3-0. Are they following the path like they did in real life? Who knows? But in the game, that's kind of a shocker to me. Who did Boise lose to? Washington, so yeah. Kind of a shocker. And Wisconsin being ranked, not that much of a shocker. Ole Miss and Arizona State dropping out. That's a shocker. Oklahoma, looking at the people that are coming in, that might be coming in. No real shockers, and I know I didn't look at Florida. But Florida State, that's a shocker to me, the fact that they lost to Nevada. And that they're 25th. I would have expected them to be a lot higher now. Speaking of which, let's look at the conference standings right now. And I just said that so I could get here. We do have 20th ranked Washington next. And we have a bye week this week, so I will be doing all this stuff for the bye week. And then I'll be doing the game. And right here, we have 20th ranked Washington, You see all that stuff. Cool. That's pretty much all you need to know. Yeah, I know my speech isn't the world's best. We'll look at recruiting for the Washington game, but we do have a Washington game in Washington, a bye week, then a game at UCLA. No, not UCLA, USC. But this should be a fun game, the game against Washington, as I think they're undefeated too. I'm pretty sure they're undefeated. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a clash of two undefeated schools, which would be really awesome if they could stay if we could have a few of those this year, undefeated school clash. And hopefully we come out on top. That's how I said a few. I'm hoping this isn't our only undefeated school clash. Because that means we'd probably lose, because I guarantee you Stanford, Oregon, UCLA, Stanford's actually the only team that we have left that we could play that would be undefeated, unless we get to the national championship game. So hopefully there is one more undefeated game. But we do have 7 complimentary visits, and we do have a visit versus a top 25 school. Yeah, I think and they're 15th. They are undefeated. Let's look at the recruiting real quick. So happy that they're still undefeated. And now they're 17th. So now we'll help out our rankings if we beat them. Right here, let's look at not the scouting right here. We're moving up on James Bailey. Now let's look at the scouting. Yeah, he is the cornerback that I really want to get. Albert Smith is another cornerback I really, really want to get because he has amazing man coverage. And then Derek Reynolds, he's a possible quarterback or running back. Right here, we do see Albert Smith. We are going up on both of these cornerbacks. Both of their lists we are moving up on, so we could have a very good cornerbacks next year. But Derek Reynolds, we are sadly going down on his board. Let me look here. Yeah, what is he going to be? He is more of a wide receiver, Craig Archie, but he doesn't have the speed to really do what I want him to do. What was he? He is a decent cornerback. He was another decent cornerback, and then I didn't even look to see what he was. But now, yeah, let's look at our kicker, and hopefully he can commit soon. I'm really yes, his schools are starting to fall out on him. I still have to sit here with him with all these points on him because I have not leveled up yet. Second I level up, you will see me throw a lot more points on that possible quarterback right here. Soon it looks like Chris Palmer might be committing sometime soon. Let's look at this. Yeah, sometime soon he should hopefully be committing here to Arizona. And you do see Willie Marshall. We are going down on him now, 120 points, which is not what I want to see. As yeah, he's at 550. Let's change that real quick. We can put him down at 500 and max Willie Marshall out. Let's look at no free safeties I'm going for, but cornerbacks I am going for Blake Peterson. I do have a week 13 visit with him. I am going up the boards on him. Derek Johnson, I would have needed a lot of help to get him, and didn't really fit the bill much other than speed, and neither is Blake Peterson. But I just need somebody who I can play at cornerback if I absolutely have to, and he'd probably actually end up playing free safety. I think I've said that before. Kevin Johnson, we are going up on his boards too, and outside linebacker, yeah, we're not going for an outside linebacker, but defensive tackle. Lily, we are still slowly falling back on Lily, but we are winning Brandon Birch. And Terrence Easley, yeah, there's not a lot of guys I would really have a chance at winning. And there's no way I'm going to get Mario Alford, as he is almost to the point of locking out the schools, which actually a lot of these defensive tackles are getting close to that point to where they might be making a decision soon. And where you got to really put points on to keep in the race. But Drew Carroll, somebody who, if he has a skill set, I could move over to defensive tackle. But we are looking to hopefully get him in the lead. He's looking like he's at that point too, where he's going to be making a decision, and somewhat soon. And we got a offensive lineman who's somewhat close to getting ready to make his decision, and we're not in the race, but we could if we wanted to. We probably could join the race to get him. And we probably actually will sometime soon. But Garrett Newell, the tight end, 78 overall, we are actually making a move for him. Ryan Nelson, somebody else that I'm sure I could get if I really wanted. And as I look, there's a lot of people I could get if I really wanted to, but they really don't fit what I want to do, so they're not being recruited. But like I said, they very easily could have been recruits for this Arizona Wildcats team. Let's look real quick. Let's look at that championship contenders. Let's see, where are we? We are 30th right now, and a win would put us in the top 25. And I don't think people understand how big that would be. And let's look at the top 25 polls. I said they were 17th. They're 15th. And right here, as we look, we're just going to look through here really fast, see if there's any more shockers that happened. Any big teams losing? No, not really. No big teams losing, but I do see other than... Oh, wow, I'm getting ready to be hit by a storm, it looks like. Notre Dame's the only big team that lost last week, and they put Michigan State, undefeated Michigan State, into the rankings now. Michigan did lose, though, to UConn, which basically I feel that might show the rest of the season. But we have a two top 25 clashes this week. Are there any more? At least three top 25 clashes this week. As we have right here, Georgia playing LSU, Ohio State playing Wisconsin, and Oklahoma playing Notre Dame. All these games could help us a lot with how we move into the rankings. And that's pretty much going to send us into the game against Washington. Right here, as you see, they do have their star their starting running back out for the season, and they had their wide receiver out for 7 weeks. So we might be getting some help here from the injury report. And if you hear rain and the wind and cars driving by, it's raining. And where I live, we're getting hit by a storm, and there's high wind gusts and heavy rain. So hopefully it stops soon and it stops before Thanksgiving, but it's even raining in the game, so that tells you how it is. And right here, I did choose to get the ball first because I think that our offense is good enough to, if we can start off, we will win. And they actually have the 5th best run defense in the league. So we're going to be, my goal is going to push this defense to their limit and see how good they actually are. And why does it always change my plays for me without me even saying it? But I want to run this play. And as you see, Solomon's somewhat nervous coming into this game. He shouldn't be, because he is one of the best running backs in the nation, if you ask me. And I easily do feel that Carey will go and get easily 1,000 yards. Hopefully a lot more than 1,000 yards, but at least easily 1,000 yards. As he is on pace to do that right now, as in 2 games he has almost 200 yards rushing. And that tells you something, because I think you only need to average right around 80 yards a game to get to 1,000 yards in a season. And he's going to go over 1,000 yards and hopefully ends up making the All-American list, and hopefully stays for next season and sees if he can win the Heisman his senior year. That's basically the only pitch I'd have to him, because he's already done pretty much everything else. Hopefully he'll have done pretty much everything else after this year. And right here, we do get a 13-yard reception on our first pass play of the day. It goes pretty good, and our first drive is going pretty good, as we have had very methodical drive and had a very methodical drive. Sorry, I forgot the A for all you grammar Nazis out there. And right there, 5-yard rush. This is all Carey needs to get this year, if you ask me, to hit that next level of play, is get 5 yards a game, and he will easily get 1,000 yards rushing, be the best running back in the league. But right here, Jenkins comes in. Let's see, what can Jenkins do? I know he's not our star running back, but he's still our backup and going to be the starter, maybe, and being the starter, and not next year, but the year after that, he will be our #1 running back. And I'm always all about getting the younger players involved. And right here, what a better way to get the younger players involved than letting Jenkins finish off first drive against 15th ranked Washington. As we cap off this drive with a touchdown, it is pretty easy actually to get that, to go 57 yards in a minute 50 against this Washington defense. Right here, we do get the studio update. Kentucky beat Florida. I knew Florida couldn't do it. I knew they couldn't stay on top for that long. But USC beats Arizona State, and USC is undefeated, which means we might have another undefeated team up on our slate. And Stanford's losing to Washington State. And we score another touchdown after we got them to have, after they had a 3-and-out. We score a touchdown with Kadeem Carey. And right here, I will show you the replay of it. Right here, just good blocking from the 7-yard line. Just a great handoff right down the middle. Kadeem Carey fouls his blockers into the end zone. 14-0. We finally got back to the type of defense we like to play, which is all man. Man defense works for this defense, and that's how we've been stopping them. Is we've just been running man. It's all been man defense, and also it's been a lot of running, and that's been our whole season, has been a lot of running. As a new Solomon, he might, although I do have him as a starting quarterback, he's not going to get a lot of passes because he is overall, after all, just an 80 overall and a freshman. Another touchdown for Kadeem Carey on a 14-yard run. right here makes it 20-0. And right here, as you see, they brought the blitz on. They tried to bring the blitz around the right side. We ran off to the left. Easy touchdown. Hopefully this makes this 21-0 Arizona over 15th ranked Washington. Like I said, our offense has had no problems this year. Our number one problem has been our defense. And finally, and you cannot say I turned down the difficulty. I guarantee you, I can promise you I did not. And I will be showing proof after this play. Oh my. And if this play is proof enough. They just torched our return team. And that's proof enough, if you ask me. And actually, another thing, if you believe I turned down the difficulty, watch our Minnesota game. We shut out Minnesota too. So I feel that should be enough proof. I cannot handle options, and that's a big part of that Toledo game. And they don't run the option, actually. Whenever he's scrambled, he's gotten pretty good yardage, but that's about all the yardage that they've gotten, really. And a 40-yard pass. And right here, special teams just are not that good in this wet weather here in Washington. And right here, as you see, Kadeem Carey's already got 87 yards, and we're not even to halftime yet.
Yeah, they got to keep their foot on the accelerator. They're off to such a great start. This is exactly the way they.
And right here, as you listen to them, they're already singing our praise. They're still singing our praises. And right here, we do have Hill. Never mind, we do not have Hill. And Solomon, who barely avoids that sack, and he ends up losing 3 yards. We are going to call a timeout, though, because I do want to try and put one more touchdown up on that board. Or at least a field goal up there to make, because 2 touchdowns doesn't make me feel safe, and them getting the ball after halftime doesn't really help that one bit. And Griffey, can Griffey catch it? Yes, Griffey can. And it's Griffey to the 15, the 10. And he's down after the 40-yard reception. Whew, that's big. That's big for us right there. Because now we are at the 11, very much in field goal range now. And it's all about now, can we add a touchdown? And well, what better play to call here than the read option, where they expect Carey not to get the ball and expect Solomon to run it, and Carey gets a 7-yard rush. And that puts him at 95 yards rushing. And right now he's going to need, if he gets a touchdown, if he runs for a touchdown on this play, he will be at 99 yards rushing in the first half of play, which is truly amazing. And he gets to 98 yards rushing right here, because I am going to call a timeout. And I want to try and get him into that end zone here. So we are going to be running a strong toss, just like Little Chef does. And speaking of which, I am like 4th or 5th on his list for his online dynasty right now. And Kadeem Carey gets the touchdown, it's his 3rd or 4th on the day, and it gets him to 99 yards rushing in the first half. Has right here 10 seconds left in the game. We are up 28-7. Kadeem Carey, like I said, our star player, and possibly a guy who I feel could end up leading the nation for rushing yards at the end of the season. Right here, we add another touchdown into the list right here as we go up. Hopefully, right here, we will see. They gave us the ball at the 33 after a poor punt. It's now 35-17 Arizona over Washington. Hopefully we move up. Hopefully we level up after this game, as we are very close to doing that. And a level up would help us so much in recruiting. And right here, you do see we have 2 sacks in the game. I thought we had like 3. Oh wow! We're not doing a great job getting to the quarterback, but we are giving him a few hurries. So he has quite a few hurries, and he's like 3 for 8 passing. Right here, we get a pick. His future just times that perfectly, and that's the pick we needed. As now we can burn the clock, and hopefully that'll almost end the game. Right here, Hill gets an amazing touchdown to make it 41-7. As I'll admit, I did some clock wasting there at the end and just started running horizontal. But 42-7, Arizona, our best offensive game. And like I said, we needed to step it up in the Pac-12, and that's what we do. And Stanford possibly losing to Washington State, that would drop them like crazy. If they lose, you won't see them probably in the top 15. And right here, as we probably won't see Washington in the top 25 next week. But I can tell you a team that you will see in the top 25, and I'll put it this way, and it's a team whose name starts with an A. They're in the Pac-12, and they have a guy named Kadeem Carey. Because we average almost 10 yards a play, only 40 yards off of 10 plays a game. If we had 40 more total yards in the amount of plays that we do right now, we would have 10 yards per play. Another pick, another one. Back-to-back turnovers from this quarterback. As he throws it, user pick, Richardson comes over, makes the pick. And this is actually the first game where Anu Solomon has not had a turnover. Right here, we get the 3rd pick of the game, and that just seals it up. As we did get a field goal in the last drive. Right here, I feel bad about doing this, but it's what I do. I gotta run up the score a little bit here in Washington. Oh, and they're gonna... No, they did not just... Yes, they did. They just backed off. Oh, sir, that's a touchdown. They don't call it a touchdown, but it does just add to New Solomon's stats, if anything else. And right here, as you do see... And we do level up. Whew, that's big to level up right there. That makes me feel so much better now, knowing that I can upgrade something, and I will upgrade my recruiting. Big shocker, because that's a big thing here. We'll be recruiting. I do not care about the in-game ones, because I don't find those as important as the recruiting, because I feel I can win games when I play them. It's just, can I recruit with the basics and building from scratch? Not really. It's really hard to do that, so I always put it all to recruiting that way. I'm just that way my team's just that much better in the future. And quite frankly, and look at their stats, negative 18 rushing yards, because we had like 4 or 5 sacks throughout that game. 123 passing yards, but their time of possession is huge. We held down their time of possession, as Marvin Hall gets it for that return, for the touchdown on the return. Oh man, wouldn't that be hilarious to get player of the game for scoring on a return, for scoring 1 touchdown on a return. And right here, we are going to go to the coach skill tree, and let's see, what are we upgrading? The kitchen sink. As now we can throw 700 points on 1 player, and there are a few players who are going to be getting that because, well, I don't feel there's any other way to get them than giving them all the points I can. Oh my gosh. Oh god. Okay. Sorry about that yawn right there. I know that's not what you should be doing in a video. Let's look right here. Derek Reynolds is one of the guys who's going to be getting that. He only needs 50 more, but our kicker we're just destroying in our kicker, so we can sacrifice quite a bit from our kicker. I feel he's almost to a point of committing here. Strong safety, yeah, he needs all those points he can get to. So we are gonna boost back our kicker big on big on points to get some other commits. And let's look here real quick. I know we really want Lily. We only need 20, so 50. I don't want to cut off any more from our kicker. Let's look. How we doing here? Only gained 60. We're gaining 55 on you. Is there any other position where we're just gaining we're gaining pretty decent here? So we'll cut 50 away from Robert Smith, and I kind of feel bad about doing it because I want him to commit soon too. But I want Lily too. But, oh wow, there we got Lily all the way up. But who's missing points then? Oh well, we'll put all these back towards Albert Smith. So now we have everybody pretty much where we need them to be point wise. Let me just go through here and make sure real quick. There, everybody that I want to have points has them. Yeah, everybody I want to have points has those points put towards them already. And that will end the video here. And hopefully next week we'll be ranked, and hopefully, and actually we'll show you the bye week stuff. No, never mind. I won't in this video. Sorry if my voice sounds a little bit lighter right there. I leaned back a little bit. Hold on. Sorry, once again I had it on. It's one of those days where you get super tired, but oh well, what are you gonna do? But we did win 45-7 over a team ranked 15th in the nation, and well, we are going to block that off, and we will end the video here. So if you want to see if we got ranked, like, comment, and subscribe, and wait for the next one.